Hi everyone and welcome to Fresh from My Garden. These are the Dianthus plants that we purchased last October and I planted them in the ground in front of our house where we had created a turtle vine waterfall. So there is a small area where I have planted a few of these Dianthus plants, and the reason why I planted them in the ground is because I wanted to check if they would come back again this year. So it has successfully grown and survived the summers, and it has grown back again now that the weather is starting to cool down because of the rains, and now there are beautiful flowers on these plants. So here you can see there are three colors of dianthus that I have here, and they are the smaller variety that doesn't grow really tall. So I've seen a few varieties that grow quite tall, and these are the smaller variety that just grow to a few inches tall. So they can be used as a great ground cover plant if you can grow them as perennials in your garden. So now here I have another taller variety which is in a container, and some of the spent flowers are here so that I can save seeds from them, and I'll show you how to save the seeds from these plants. So I'm going to save some of these seeds and I'm going to plant them in the ground along with the rest of my dianthus plants. So I got two of the spent flowers from this plant and I'm going to open them up to see if I can find any seeds that I can grow with my other dianthus flowers. So these plants tolerate partial to full sun, and we have our plants in a partially shaded area. Though they are in the west side of our garden, it doesn't receive too much of sunlight during the day because the sunlight is blocked by some of the trees and bigger plants in our garden. So now I have these seeds that I have got from these flower buds, and these I'm going to sow along with the rest of the flowers that I have in my garden. So as you can see, these seeds are really tiny, and we can use these to grow new plants in the garden. So next to the plants that I already have in the ground, I'm going to spread a little bit of cocoa peat in the ground and sprinkle the seeds on this cocoa peat. So we need the soil to be a little moist and also a little crumbly so that these seeds can germinate easily. So that's why I'm sprinkling a little bit of cocoa peat, and I'm going to cover it up with more cocoa peat and just press them down lightly so that they don't get blown away by the wind, or during the heavy rains they don't flow out of that area and get dispersed into the rest of the garden. So these dianthus flowers are really beautiful, and in many places they are grown as annuals, but they can also be grown as perennials if our weather permits it and if we take a little extra care. So during the summertime, the heat is very harsh and it can kill these plants. But since I have them planted in a partially shaded area and they would not get too much of harsh sunlight, they have survived the extreme heat during the March and April months, and towards mid April we started to get a lot of rains, and even now we are getting occasional heavy thunderstorm and rains. So the weather is cool enough for these plants to bloom and for them to look really beautiful and grow back looking healthy. So I hope you enjoyed this quick video from our garden, and these are beautiful flowering plants that we can grow in containers and also in the ground. But in the ground, we can see that they get reseeded and grow back every year. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please do continue to support us and subscribe to our channel for more gardening related videos. Thanks for watching Fresh from My Garden.